We're working on a Kindle Fire tablet. As you can hear, it's making a very odd sound. Just show that again. Here's your information about what model of tablet that is, in case you're doing something similar on your own. Water damage is a likely possibility. To get these critters open, you gotta go and get yourself your spudgeon right along here. Now, using this metal one, it's definitely going to cause some damage, but the thing's pretty beat up, so it's not a big deal. If you're wanting to get in without causing any damage, well, you're probably going to end up having to use maybe one of these things here. Something like that. I was trying it earlier, but couldn't get myself in. There we go. So as you can see quite clearly, sorry, yeah, I got screws on the table there. That's from a Nintendo Switch Lite. What do we got there? We got water damage. You can see a little bit right there, a bunch right here, some more here. And the speakers, where are the speakers? You got a speaker here and you got a speaker here. So where do those go? Those spots, my suspicion is right here. Let's take a look at it underneath a microscope. Alright, so what do we got here? Obviously you got all this liquid here, but it is right here. Ain't that tasty looking. So let's just get this a little bit cleaned up first. Throw down a little bit of ISO on there, isopropyl alcohol. Toss in a toothbrush. See how much we can get cleaned up. It's honestly not looking great. It might be just a matter of getting some bridges out of the way. And if that is possible and nothing's actually short-circuited out, we might be okay. It still looks nasty. That's a bunch of rust, I think. Just gonna clean this up, see what I can do. Let's put a little heat on there. Now I still got this in the frame, so it's a good idea not to put much heat on this. Just simply because I don't want to destroy the screen. If I can just get a little bit of heat in here. It's lost its foot right there. That's very unfortunate. If I'm lucky, it's still connected. It's still connected. May as well go and check to see if there is any shorts. I'm just gonna put it into resistance mode. Let's just test out those 0 ohm first. Good, those fuses are good. I probably didn't need to do it like that. How about that fuse? That fuse is good. That fuse is good. Now for these capacitors, I'm guessing they're capacitors. Okay, that one's okay. This one is the only one that I'm really worried about. So let's just see if this is doing anything at all. At least it's not blowing. It's still connected. Let's try to get a reading off it. Usually this isn't the best way to do it, but finding out what the reading is for this little guy in circuit isn't usually the best. And that's exactly it. Can't get a reading. How about for one of the ones that are good? It got a reading off of it. Alright. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I got a reading. It's a pretty low reading. It was like 19 nanofarads, I think is what it showed. I don't know, maybe even that alone may have been enough to go and clear up. Back to the bench. Oh, it's sticky. And it's still making the weird noise. I'm guessing one of those chips have shorted out. And I burnt myself with the isopropyl alcohol. You can see that little bit of white stuff there. That's the alcohol that did that. Is insane. It's 99.9%. It's insane. Now this is an older device, and there is a lot of already liquid damage. I think it's probably some sort of pop. So we got two choices. I could simply disconnect the speakers, and they'll never have to worry about that, but they'll never have audio, so they'd only be able to use it for the Kindle. They're not getting any music out of it. Does it even have a port? Yeah, it does. It does have a 3.5mm jack, so it could. I wonder what would happen if I just take the board out and do a reflow on it and just see what happens. Oh, that's interesting. I don't actually know what that's for. You can see that even. But there's something dirty on there. Give that a clean as well, just see what's going on maybe. It doesn't connect to the speakers though. Not much else I can do at this point. I think it's actually the coil that needs to be... I think the coil needs to be replaced. So I got my temperature at about 450 degrees Celsius, 450 Celsius, and 40% temperature, 40% speed. Alright, we cleaned up all that sticky stuff. As you can see there, it's all gone. I really actually needed to use water. I have a little bit of a soapy solution that I use occasionally for cleaning up other stuff, but this worked out quite well. So just connect up the basics. So we do need to solder back in the speakers in order to test this. Now, I'm not really willing to go in too far with this, as it is only a Kindle Fire and an older Kindle Fire at that, but it seems to be good enough that it would be worth doing something with. So my intent is to disconnect the speakers if this fails to do anything more of worth. Alright, let's get those speakers reconnected. And there we are. They're reconnected. Just reconnect this. I think it's the Wi-Fi antenna. And let's just see how this goes. That one right there is just the camera. So let's just put those back in place. Time to test again. Okay, we got it back. Any noise? No noise. Oh, that's interesting. Did it really just need a clean? Let's find something that's going to cause some sound. Default alarm sound. How about that? No sound at all. Did I just kill it? So I'm pretty darn sure that it should be making some sort of sound right now. And if it's not making any sound at all, that means that it is dead. And that's okay. At least for me, that's okay. I am still going to disconnect the speakers from the device. Maybe I might just remove them completely. And that is simply because this device isn't necessarily, well, it'd be nice if it had sound, but in this occasion, it is a Kindle, and sound is not necessary if all you're doing with it is reading books. And the person that wanted me to fix it, a lot of it may be just used for books anyways. We'll go from there. Just throw this back together and we'll move on with another video.